Welcome to the Windows and Computer channel, and this is a little discussion on something that is very interesting. Uh, I see all the comments of everybody, and I see particularly those that are mad that they see Microsoft Edge being pushed to their machines. And I personally don't really care about it because it was there anyways. It's just a new version. So it's nothing different than a version of Windows of Microsoft Edge that's already there anyways. And there's also, of course, a lot of that discussion that goes around you. Well, they're pushing things on us, and this is my computer. Well, here's the thing: it might be your computer, but it is not your Windows. It never has been your Windows, and it never will be your Windows. It is Microsoft's Windows that you paid a license to use in some way. So by doing so, you have also signed the agreement that says if they want to push Microsoft Edge on your computer, it's their decision, not yours. And this is a lot of controversy for a lot of people because people think that, well, this is my computer, I should, it's the same thing as I always say that companies should stop installing crapware on computers because there's way too much of it. But also, that said, is the company that sells you that computer does what they want with it. Once it's in your hands, then you have several choices, and one of them is that you can uninstall their crapware. But they do it in a way that is difficult because some of the crapware that they actually install aren't easily uninstalled. So it's all a question of, of who owns what and how things go. And in software, the software is never yours. It is software that is under license. And, if you look at the small print in Windows, it tells you that if for some reason you have done something wrong, they do have the right to terminate the license agreement between you and Microsoft Windows and deactivate your Windows. They would be able to do that technically. They never really did it. I mean, if you look at the amount of people, as a tech guy, the amount of people that were running pirated versions of Windows 7, all with the same volume license key, Microsoft knows about it. Microsoft knows which volume license keys are stolen and used in general. Why they don't do anything about it is because those volume license keys are also used by the businesses that purchase them. So if they would terminate the license agreement and deactivate your Windows, they would deactivate millions or thousands of computers from enterprise also. So this in effect makes it impossible for them to actually do it. Volume license agreements, I see this all the time. People have gone online, purchased keys for $5, $10. Well, those are illegal to purchase actually. If you notice, most everybody that sells these keys at $5 or $10 are actually gone after a week or two. Why? Because their business gets, Microsoft probably goes after them and says, hey, you're not allowed to do this. Now, that said, anybody that has purchased these keys, for the most part, these keys work and activate Windows and make your computer running. But it's always a risk because these keys were not meant for everybody. They were meant for businesses only. So it's all in the language. It's easy to complain that you've got some new software installed on your PC from Microsoft, but it is not your Windows, and it never was, will never be. They can install. What's interesting is there's a lot of apps that have been changed or updated or that appeared over time in Windows 10. As long as people don't see it, they don't complain. The only reason Edge is being complained at is because they kind of see it on their machines. But it doesn't change anything, and it does not For those that say, well, it took over and it's now the default browser, that's because you clicked on something or you agreed on something while you actually had the first run, because it does not replace any browser by default. To do so, you have to have clicked on something when the window was open, and that is one thing that you need to understand. As for the fact that you can't uninstall it, I don't find I find the ranting kind of not necessary for a very simple reason. Windows always came with a browser since the internet started being something, which was Internet Explorer. Nobody complained that it was there. It updated all the time. Nobody complained that it was there. Microsoft Edge was part of Windows 10, and any operating system has a browser that is with it. Apple pushes Safari, and Linux has different Chromium versions depending on the Linux distro you use. There is no operating system out there that has no browser included with it. So why would Microsoft not put a browser in Windows 10? Everybody else does it. It's a ranting that I find kind of unnecessary, and there's so many other things that you could rant about. I still say it. Microsoft Edge is there. It's there fine, and if you're not happy with it, it's your problem. It's not anything else. You just ignore it. And it's funny how people cannot ignore certain things. It's more of a ranting against Microsoft because people are annoyed than anything else, I think. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.